Good morning, everyone. So we start our today's reading session, and we are reading interesting book, which is "You Can Heal Your Life" by Louis Hay. And first part, as we were reading, it is all about what we believe in our thought process. So that chapter ends with very beautiful, paragraph that I will start reading. So author says, when people come to me with a problem, I don't care what it is, whether it is poor health, lack of money, unfulfilling relationships, or any lack of creativity. There is one thing only I ever work on, and that is loving the self. I find that when we really love and accept and approve of ourselves as exactly as we are, then everything in life works. It's as if little miracles are everywhere. Our health improves. We attract more money. Our relationships become much more fulfilling. And we begin to express ourselves in creatively fulfilling ways. All this seems to happen without our even trying. So, loving and approving yourself, creating a space of safety, trusting and deserving and accepting will create organization in your mind, create more loving relationships in your life, attract new jobs and a new and better place to live, and even enable your body weight to normalize. People who love themselves and their bodies neither abuse themselves nor others. So, self approval and self acceptance are now the main keys to positive change in every area of your life. So, very important is about self approving and accepting yourself. So, loving the self to me begins with never ever criticizing ourselves for anything. Criticism locks us into the very pattern we are trying to change. Understanding and being gentle with ourselves helps us to move out of it. Remember, you have been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try approving yourself and see what happens. So now this is a one new challenge that we can take, that yes, now all these years maybe there would have been some of the criticism which is going on in your mind and which gets reflected in different areas of life. So the key factor is, of course, as we are very much reading about that belief system, creating the right thought, but even before that, what comes is again creating that right thought for your own self, which should be of the self love, self approval, self acceptance, and then probably it will get reflected for others and into different areas of your life. So, we are moving to the next chapter, which is about what is the problem. And the answer is, it is safe to look within. So, it is like different like areas have been described. Like for example, if we ask someone like what exactly is the problem going on, so someone says my body doesn't work. It can be it hurts, it aches, it blows up, limbs burns, so can't hear, can't see. So there are many things that are there. Plus, wherever else you may have created, I think I have heard them all. So there might be many reasons that yes, my body doesn't work. Similarly, second kind of problems can be my relationship don't work. So maybe no one supports me, people are there to criticize me, or someone is too much demanding, they are not bothered about me, or XYZ, or many other things. But again, author says, whatever else you have created. So again, we know from where all these creations, they are from our own self. The next kind of problems can be my finances, they don't work. Okay. And another kind of problems are my life doesn't work. I never get to do what I want to do. I can't please anyone. I don't know what I want to do. So there is never any time for me. My needs and desires are always left out. I'm only doing this to please them. I'm just a doormat. So there can be again many statements. So all I do is procrastinate. Nothing ever works for me. So whatever else. So these are all kind of different problems that we are focusing majority of the times. So author says, whenever I ask a new client what is going on in his or her life, I usually get one of the above answers. So what is going on? Where is the problem? Is many other these list would come up, or maybe several of these answers. It can be one or it can be multiple. They really think they know the problem, but I know these complaints are only outer effects of inner thought patterns. So, again, coming down to the root cause. So, where is the problem? So, whatever is getting in your life, whatever you are attracting, which is nothing but the inner thoughts which are getting reflected. So, beneath the inner thought patterns is another deeper, more fundamental pattern that is the basis of all the outer effects. So that we will now decode. What is that pattern? So I listen to the words they use and I ask some basic questions. So there is some, these are certain questions. You are also, start giving answers to this. Then you will also realize like where the things are going and what is that area where we have to work on. So those questions are, what is happening in your life? How is your health? What do you do for living? General questions. Do you like your work? How are your finances? How is your relationships with your family members? Tell me about the childhood. So these are the different questions that would be discussed. So author says, I watch the body postures, the facial movement, but most important, I really listen to the words they say. Thoughts and words create our future experiences. So again, power of words, what kind of words you are using. As I listen to them talking, I can readily understand why they have these particular problems. The words we speak are indicative of our inner thoughts. Sometimes the words they use do not match the experiences they describe. Then I know that they are either not in touch with what is really going on or they are lying to me. Either one is starting point and gives us the basis from where, what aspect to begin from. So again, very importantly, your words will definitely, have a connection with your thought pattern. So again, what kind of words we are using for different areas of life, that will indicate what are the root causes of your problems. So again, very important is exercise, which is I should. So the next thing I do is to give them a pen and paper and ask them to write on the top of the paper, I should, and then to make a list of 5 or 6 to finish, complete these sentences. Some people find it difficult to begin, but sometimes they are just writing and writing. So, say for example, answers can be, my mother said I should do this because so XYZ. So I should be doing this. There are certain should list in our life. These answers show me where they are stuck into their belief system and what they think their limitations are. So I make no comments on their answers when they are through with their list. I talk about the word should again. So I believe that should is one of the most damaging words in our language. Every time we use should, we are in effect saying wrong. Either we are wrong, or we were wrong, or we are going to be wrong. Now, how it is? I don't think we need more wrongs in our life. We need to have more freedom of choices. I would like to take the word should and remove it from the vocabulary forever and replace it with word could. Now this could gives us the choice and we are never wrong. And then if you rewrite whatever the list. So, for example, if I really wanted, I could do this, kind of. So, again, here the point is what is the importance of the words? How you are describing even the challenges in your life, or what are your even um, goals or aspirations. If you put it into the should list, how it is attracting that fear, or how it is attracting that negative emotions, and where you are only creating the problem. So now, next is about, so often it was just something that someone else said they should do. When they can see that, they can just drop it from the should list. And what relief it is. Look at the people who try to force themselves for years into career they don't even like, only because their parents said they should become XYZ. Often, how often have you felt inferior because we were told we should be smarter, we should be richer, or we should be more creative than someone else? So, what is there on your should list? That could be dropped with a sense of relief. So, now this is also a point of thinking, that what is that one thing which I am, putting into my should list, and now I should convert it into choice mode. That yes, if it is whatever is the situation, what I could do about it. So now it is like last, I will just read and we'll move on to the next session. So the universe totally supports every thought we choose to think and we choose to believe. When we are little, we learn how to feel about ourselves and about our life by the reactions of the adults around us. Whatever these beliefs are, they will be recreated as experiences when we grow up. So, however, we are only dealing with thought patterns, and the point of power is always in the present moment. So, changes can begin in this moment. So, whatever has been your should list, or whatever you have been carrying, or whatever you are creating the problems, but now as we understand, it is in that thought pattern. Anytime we can decide and change it. So, how, of course, we will be reading more and more in the further segments. So now we'll move on to today guided meditation, again based on the similar concepts. So start sitting in comfortable position with your eyes closed. And today it's all about becoming aware of the thoughts we carry. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. One more time. Deep breath in and slowly out. And just imagine your mind as a vast, beautiful sky, and thoughts are like clouds passing by. Some clouds are light and peaceful. Some are heavy with old beliefs like I am not enough, I always struggle, I cannot change, I don't deserve happiness. Today, we are not fighting these thoughts. Simply observing them. It gives you differently. And just imagine a soft breeze moving through the sky. And this breeze represent awareness, healing, and truth. One by one, the heavy clouds begin to dissolve, slowly disappearing. And behind them, the sky was always clear. Your true self was always peaceful underneath. Now say to yourself, I create new thoughts. I lovingly release the past and I can create a new emotional reality. And as you say this, feel your body becoming lighter, your breathing easier, and a beautiful white light is entering the top of your head, which fills your mind with loving thoughts. And feel gratitude for yourself for showing up, for being willing to transform, and say to yourself, I am ready for a new beginning. And now, with readiness, we'll come back to the present moment. Slowly wiggle your toes and fingers, rub your palms, deep between your eyes and face. Slowly open your eyes, and we'll move on to our next segment.
Good morning, everyone. So we are on the last segment of the morning session, and today being the day to write affirmations, the reading segment has given us a deep insight again. Rather, I would say that we have gone back to those same topics which we started with. And I'm sure many people present in the room would have been the ones who would have revised the whole thing and would have needed it again. So, how many of you feel in the room that yes, this was something I needed to just understand, think again, revise, to know better? And now this is exactly what is coming back in the form of this book which we are reading. Now, this deep insight which gives us that finally we understand that thought what we are creating, it's coming from our own, the process which is going inside our mind. So we are going to conquer the thoughts because how we perceive it further develops into the actions and gives us the outcome. So, if continuous overthinking or negative thinking can build into negative outcome, the reverse is equally possible. And that reverse is only in our hands. We cannot depend on anyone else, and no one else can ever do that for us. It's only our way of thinking, changing and reframing, which will help us to move from negative to positive and to see the better results. So, we will be writing affirmations because as words have power, affirmations will always strongly affirm the sentences and give you the strength to turn the challenging situations into the stepping stone. So I'm going to share my screen here where we are going to just list down few affirmations again to remind that how I can train my brain to stay focused, to be consistent on that right perspective, which can give us better way of living. So, meanwhile, you just get ready with your journals, and here comes the list of affirmations. Now, when we start writing and we are discussing about the thoughts, how they build up, how they are, who is actually creating it. So, let's not forget that first and foremost, I start with this big reminder. Any moment and any time I feel ki, why is this thought bothering me? Just remind yourself with this one simple sentence that I am creator of my inner world. My inner world means my thoughts, the things which are going inside me. No one else is creating it. You are only perceiving it in that manner and creating it within yourself. So, very simple that I am the creator. Because this question should never arise that why it is happening, who is doing it, and how it will go away. You are the one who is creating it. So, this should be very, very clear to all of us that I am the creator of my inner world. A big reminder to start, a very big reminder so that we know and we understand that yes, I am the one who is holding this charge. And if I am the creator, and if I can create a negative thought loop, I'm definitely capable of creating the positive ones. Now, how to reach from this space to that space? That planet A to planet B, how to go? That travel, that transition is difficult. So now I slowly and steadily train my brain. So now the next thing, when you realize and you affirm to yourself that I'm the creator, you keep on telling yourself, what I think repeatedly becomes my reality. So, whatever you are thinking, it is becoming your reality. So, you have to choose it wisely. So, what I think repeatedly becomes my reality. Whatever is going on, you can check with the thoughts coming in your mind. So, that becomes your reality automatically. So, do you want to continue thinking negative and give negative outcomes? So, you have to think also, I choose wisely. You choose your thoughts wisely. Okay, sorry. So when you are sure that what you are thinking, you are the creator, and what you think becomes your reality. So definitely you have to keep a check on what you are thinking frequently and think wisely. Because as we spend our money also wisely, because we know that if I am the one who is spending and just making expenses, if I am running short of it, I have to be careful. Exactly in the same manner, you have to be careful with your thoughts as well. Now you have the power to shift the perspective. No one else can do that. In the outer world, things might change, but still, if the inner world is chaotic, no one can change from the outside world. So I have the power to shift my perspective at any moment. This is what we are learning, right? That only you have the power, taking responsibility back in your hands. So I have the power to shift. Perspective is the point of view, the way you think, the way you perceive things. At any moment, you have the power and you can definitely make that difference. So, these are the very simple three things, but these are the things which will bring you back on track because you are sitting and you are thinking how the things will change. This is how it will change. When you give yourself confirmation, I am the creator, my repetition of thoughts will create my reality, and I only have the power to shift it. Right now, once you understand that, you create a world of happiness. I create happiness from within through my mindset because happiness is never outside, also, which we connect with, but it is actually within. So, by doing this, what will happen? I create happiness from within because this is what is required. And how would you create it? Through my mindset. Now, this mindset, which is not negative anymore, through your growth mindset, you are building that happiness. Through the mindset that you can overcome the challenge, through the mindset that you can move ahead and come out of any difficult situation, will give you happiness. That means this statement is a very hopeful statement that I can create it and I need to change my way of living. In the last one, obviously, every time we focus on, as we discuss the word should and could also today in the reading segment. Should is compulsion, could is choice. So I'm making my choice. Now it depends. You are on a crossroad, you have a choice to go towards left or right direction. Which direction you choose depends on you. So I choose to think in ways that heal and uplift me. My choice. So I'm not choosing things or thoughts which are dragging me down. I choose to think in ways that heal and uplift. Uplift, why? Because you're already in negative space, so you need to move out of it. And healing is very important, then only you will be able to move out. So these are the 5 affirmations which you start now again repeating, reminding yourself. You will see that you will get to, just a second, try to little bit squeeze it. So when you will keep repeating this, you will see that you will get that authority, that confidence, that spirit to fight back. And that's very important because many a times when we are in a lower state of life, that space actually drains us down. And then we feel aloof, secluded. We feel lost. It's actually not the space of loss, it's a space which can create a new world for you. So we will continue reading deeper insights in this book. We will continue framing affirmations which will give us strength to fight it, and we will meet tomorrow again, same time, same place, same link. But till then, I want all of you to really imbibe these small, small practices of how you can work on your own thought process and make your new world a better space to be. On that note, we meet tomorrow again. Have a great positive day. Bye bye and take care. Thank you, everyone.